What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. This video we're going to be taking a look at the Storm 2. Alright, this is from Shargeek. So I'm basically going to say this is the best portable battery bank on the market. Not only functionality wise, aesthetics wise, and you're going to see analytic wise, safety wise. This power bank's got everything. Let's just dive in. Shargeek. So, otherwise known as Charge Media or Charge, and it's S-H-A-R-G-E. So they just added in the E-K, so you get like kind of Shargeek, but it's Charge is what they're going by. We'll open up the case. Ooh, looky there, looky there. So we have the actual Storm 2 unit, and as you can see here, something that's already catching your eye. What is this as a power bank? This is phenomenal. Alright? One, it's transparent. You can see the circuitry. You can see the batteries. Everything, it has nothing to hide. Right? But what's really cool is you get a display and you can interact with this thing. Boom. And then you get analytics as you use it. How cool is that? Alright. We just featured the dot case, the smart SSD enclosure. Very, very similar kind of screen. Now this thing is a beast, but it's TSA friendly. It's right at the limit. Okay, so they've pushed their limits with TSA. You can get this and travel with it. Let's look at the ports first. Now when I say this is a smart charge bank, it's got DC input and output. Alright, so what's cool about this is you can program this DC output with this screen and control the DC output anywhere from like 3.3 to 25.2 volts. So whatever device you're going to power through this with a DC, you can tweak it and say, hey, this device is only wanting like 5 volts or 12 volts. Some of the more common ones, right? So you can program this DC to say, hey, give it 12 volts. That's very, very cool. Again, the range about 3.3 to 25.2. This is 3 amps. You've got AC input, okay? You can charge the device through this as well. You've got a USB-A, and you've got another USB-C out, C2 out, USB-A out. So you get those ports. Okay, that's it. Those are the ports you're dealing with on this bad boy. And what's going to be cool is as you use these ports, this screen is going to give you the data. How much power do I have flowing through these ports? Again, this is model STM2-2 or Storm 2. This is 100 watt, basically. 2 USB-C ports, 1 USB-A plus the DC. 25,000 milliamps is what it's rated at. So that's a lot of juice. That can charge an iPhone 14 Pro Max, what, 3 or 4 times? That's some kicking power there. It might even do more than that. And this has a lot of safety features built into this guy. What they call EMOS, Emergency Management OS. It's going to monitor your DC output and give you warnings if you have issues there. It's going to monitor the circuits and tell you like, hey, I'm overheating a circuit. It's going to give you low energy alerts. It's going to give you overheating alerts, not only for your battery, but the circuits. And it also will give you low, just the opposite, right? Say this is too cold. You don't like storing batteries in cold locations, you know, it just kind of wears on them. So it'll give you like, hey, I'm too cold. Move me somewhere where more room temperature-ish, okay? Now, what all you get in the bag, or in the box, is you get the charger, you get a bag. Now what I find interesting, very, very interesting with the one I got, alright? I do get my USB-C cable, so Get a nice yellow cable here that is C to C. This does do power pass-through as well, so if you're charging it, you can still charge. Interesting, my bag, like the instructions, so it usually says Shargeek on it. Mine says Anchor. How weird is that? This was sealed, so I'm kind of curious how I got an Anchor battery bag when this is Shargeek. Maybe there's some relation there. I don't know. I'm gonna reach out and say, hey, how did I get an Anchor bag in my Shargeek? Because I didn't change anything. This is exactly how it came, and the cable comes just like this. It wasn't tied, anything. So I found that very interesting. So let's go ahead. It's powered up. How do we interact with the screen? So we can push this. You can see it went off. Now we've got multiple screens to go through, and on this main screen here, it tells you as you start using ports, they'll start coming up. The overall battery, the volts, the amps, the temperature. This happens to be in Celsius. I can change that to Fahrenheit. The time, which is amazing. So this is going to tell you how much time this bad boy has been online. This actually has a timer. So if you want to see how long it takes to charge a device, you set it and it'll turn off. So you can actually see how much time it's going to take to charge a device. And you're not going to overcharge. It's not going to sit there and keep drawing power. It's going to shut off. How cool is that? A timer. Yeah. Again, you can control your DC. So we can just long press. And we just start getting into our screens. Here's our settings. Here's your DC output setup. Hopefully that focuses. So here's where I can change my DC. Right now, 19 volts. Battery info. Gives me all the battery 1, battery 2, battery 3, battery 4, capacity, cycle, battery life. Temp in units. Again, you can change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. There's your timer. Display sleep. You can actually tell your display how long you want it to turn on. 1 minute, 5 minutes. You can just stay off. Display direction. So you can even change that. Very customizable. And then to power off, you just sit here and you just long press, and this actually shuts it down. So I just powered this unit off through the display screen. Just the coolest darn piece of tech I think I've seen. Now, you can power your MacBook Pro with this. That is just how completely cool this thing is. Now I'm going to use my own cable. So I'm going to plug in. We're going to turn this back on. Storm 2. Booting up. So we're going to plug our USB-C there. And I'm just going to bring over my iPhone. And what you're going to see here, right now, right, I don't have any ports up at the top. So we're going to use one. So I'm going to plug this cable here in. All of a sudden, well, we had it for a second. Are we not charging? Oh, I knocked the cable out. So I've got one of these magnetic. There we go. And now we've got the USB-C operating. And then you can see out 11.47 watts. And you can actually see the wattage going. I've obviously got a 1 minute delay here. And then basically cycle through. You can do settings again. We can change everything. And really, once you're here, you just long press. So if I wanted to change the DC output, now you see I'm interacting with this screen. So I could say 20 volts. And then to select it, you would basically just long press or just X out. There, 21 volts, 22 volts, 23 volts, 24 volts. Well, it says 25, 25.2, and there's our limit, 25.2, as previously mentioned. So you can definitely control this all the way across. I'm just going to long press again. Oh, I need to exit out. Let's get over here. Oh, there. So I exited that screen. Back in the home screen. Still got 10.71 watts going through. And again, we can use any of these ports. We can charge this bad boy at the same time. So if I just took this, plugged it into its in USB-C, let's just go ahead and plug it into a charger. We're going to drain this charger. This is 100%. But now, let's look at the screen. Now we have an in. Now this is full charge, so it's not pulling any juice. Zero. So right now it says, hey, I'm full capacity. I know I'm plugged in. If I need some, I'll pull it and take it. So it's smart enough to know, look, I don't need any juice, so not pulling it in. And it's still 10.7, 10.5 output. So cool. This is, without a doubt, the best portable battery bank I have come across. Not only does it look so cool with that, interactable, customizable, powerful, on and on and on and on. The last power bank you're ever going to need, trust me. Amazing piece of tech right here. Shargeek Storm 2. They also have a couple different models. You don't want to spend $200. You can get the Slim. It's a smaller version of this. So check out the link. You can go there. They also have some other really cool accessories. And they're kind of more in the retro kind of line, right? Some wall warts that has some digital screens on them. Just all sorts of stuff. Check them out. They're like fast becoming one of my favorite companies for their unique design and style and actually quality. Outside of my anchor bag, let's see about that one. I don't know. That's kind of sketch, if you ask me. Anyway, guys, check the show notes. I'll have a link to Shargeek, this product. Check them out. You will not regret it. This is one amazing piece of tech. I think you're going to like it. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the show. And always, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good one.